Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Feeling Good Therapist, where we learn different skills and techniques to learn in our own private practice or in our own therapy practice, rather, and in our personal lives as well. Today, we have LJ Davis, who will be teaching us the Socratic Technique, a technique created by Dr. David Burns.
Hi, Richard. How are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, tell us a little more about the Socratic Technique and what role I'll be playing today.
All right. Well, the Socratic technique is a really simple technique, but it can also have some really powerful results sometimes. Um, as you know, the basic of cognitive therapy is if we can change our thoughts or change our beliefs, we can change how we feel. And the Socratic technique is using just gentle probing questions to look at some of the underlying assumptions we might have about ourselves or about the world to support us in finding new, more positive ways to think about ourselves.
Yeah, that
So,
sounds wonderful. Let's do it. Right. And what do you think my role will be in this one?
well, I think let's imagine that you're an accountant and obviously you have spreadsheets and you're doing important things with numbers. And at some point you made a mistake in one of your spreadsheets and that had a cascading effect. And so it caused some problems for you and your company. Nothing that you got fired for or lost your job or anything like that, but you've been feeling really upset with yourself about having made that mistake. And the thought that you and I have been working on together with me as your therapist is I shouldn't have made that mistake.
Great. That sounds like a good example. Let's get started.
Okay. Um, well, Richard, I've been really enjoying our work together so far, and we've made some progress on this thought when we've done some of the other techniques. But I'm wondering if you would be willing to try another really kind of simple technique called the Socratic questioning technique, where I will ask you just some gentle probing questions to try to understand how this thought is working in your life and to see if there might be some false assumptions that are underlying it.
Sure, let's give it a shot. I'd love to try that.
Okay, well, that sounds great. So just remember that the thought is, I shouldn't have made that mistake. And I'm going to start off with what's probably seems like a ridiculous question, but and I think we both know the answer to it. But Richard, would you describe yourself as a human being?
Yeah, of course. I'm definitely a human being.
Yeah. And in the case of working on the spreadsheets, were you taking some sort of action in your life or in the world?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I think certainly you're there, you're busy actively doing work. And could I ask, Richard, what percentage of human beings, when they're taking action, at some point will make a mistake?
Well, I mean, everyone's going to make a mistake here and there eventually. It's hard to avoid any types of mistakes.
Yeah, I think that's right. I know I certainly make at least 17 mistakes every day, and so I think it's perfectly normal if I'm hearing you right that you would make some mistakes sometimes. And so I want to ask, which would be actually a more logical statement if we just think about how things are constructed logically? I shouldn't have made a mistake, or I should make mistakes sometimes.
Well, yeah, definitely I should make some mistakes sometimes. Like when I think about it, like everyone makes mistakes, and really that's kind of like how people grow too. Like I've kind of seen people in my lives and personally for me too, when I make mistakes, I really grow a lot from it to not make that mistake again. And definitely a good learning lesson.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's a huge part is that we'll hopefully grow and learn from our mistakes. And it's also just a sign for me, a sign that I'm doing something in the world. Like if I'm doing something, I know that I'm going to make mistakes sometimes. And so I wonder what's a positive thought you could take from this part of the conversation that would help you to combat this idea that you shouldn't make mistakes.
Well, it's not true that I shouldn't make mistakes. In fact, making mistakes means I'm kind of doing something in the world, and therefore I can kind of grow from it and kind of expand my bubble a little bit more and eventually kind of grow to the person that I want to be given and want to progress more into life.
All right. I love that, Richard. That sounds great.
Wonderful. Let's pause right there. This was a really awesome demonstration from LJ Davis of the Socratic questioning technique. If you're interested in learning more about LJ, you can look for him in the descriptions below. Or if you're looking for more techniques and methods, feel free to subscribe to the Feeling Good Therapist YouTube channel. And until next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.